put a little bit of coon on a spit here. And we got some in a pot that we're boiling. And we're cooking it a couple different ways. And you never had coon before, you don't know what you're missing, because it sure tastes good.
Alright, this is the male parts. What I'm doing is slicing this, getting this fat where it's going to lift up just like this right to the pelvic bone, and be very careful you don't get into the fat right here. Okay, this is where it's going to dip into the pelvic area. Now we're going to get all this taken care of and move on to the back side. This is all the triangle that's left out of the actual money cut from the beginning of the case getting. And I'm just cleaning this flap to work on it from the back.
Basically just cleaning off the back side of the leg, right?
On this side, we're going to take it and cut through to this. See this gland right here? I want to take and cut this right through here. You're going to see the skin, the fat and the muscles separate right here. And see how I'm cutting wide? Because look at, this isn't just this ball. This is back here. All right?
So
we
it's
want to
more
cut
than just what you can
we
see.
want to cut along the leg line here.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if you leave this fat on, because when we harvest this, it's all going to collect the scent, okay? And I'm cutting into the leg. If you can see that right in here, I'm cutting the leg. Do not put a lot of pressure on it because you'll squeeze it out. All right? Just like this, I'm separating. This is the actual tube for the male parts. Cutting that off. Come through here. And see how I almost got that out of here? I want to get rid of this some fat so I can see. All right.
So you really want to avoid putting like any pressure on that gland at all, right?
But the thing is, that's part of it too, right here. All right, so this, I want to cut through
Pop it. Run.
like that. It has to go to the inside because that's its muscles to actually spray. Okay. Let's move around to this side. Nope, that wasn't.
Yeah, we'd know
that
if
was
it,
Pete,
I
'cause
feel like we'd know if it
I was only cutting the male tube. All right. Get down through here. We're gonna feel. Just want to trim up some of this fat because I do not want that on my gland. Cut this right here, and you'll see all this muscles. This is the muscles that it actually squeezes to get that stinky juice out. Look at, now I'm gonna follow this. Oh, see this?
That white part, is that the
Yeah, yeah, that's part of the gland. But I'm taking my knife blade and following that hard tail up.
Right.
So it's just gonna be like this. I'm just look at, watch. Now, what we have is just like on a deer where you have the intestinal tract come through the pelvic bone. What I did is cut away everything around that, and we want to take this jar and get it underneath of this sac, okay? I'm going to follow up this way, and I'm going to cut this down here, and we'll get a little bit of feces, we'll get a bit of urine and everything else. That's all good glandlers. But watch what I'm doing. I'm taking my finger and I'm working some of that poo back. I don't really want as much poo in there as I want this scent gland. Okay, I'm going to cut this free. This fat is just going to hold the scent for you longer. This is just the muscles that squeezes that gland, and it's so big. The gland is so big on this. Push that up there. It's barely fitting into a mason jar top, okay, or a mayonnaise jar top. Now, if you can see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this right here. Okay, watch out, guys, just in case it squirts. It's really rubbery.
You don't want to cut.
No. Okay. Now we come through here, cut the fat away. We're not touching it. See this? Mm-hmm. This is one of his testicles right here. Right there. Okay, that's a good a good scent to keep and everything else. But now we just cut away the fat, easy peasy, no gloves, no muss, no fuss, no stink. Now when you want to get at that, take a sharp stick, puncture it, but right now let it get ripe inside of there because it's not stinking up your glass jar.